Because you've been open about
The girls do me dirty. Dirty.
Me?
No, the girls.
Oh, the girl.
The girls are doing her dirty. Welcome to the wonderful world of dating, and welcome to this thing we call life. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, a few people that I know keep saying, oh man, you're making all women sound bad. Not all women. Not all.
Really?
Yeah.
This is not ever something I've ever explored, but I would always imagine that girls would be easier to manage.
Worse.
Really?
My experience has been they're a little bit worse. Yeah.
How so? Maybe just bad picking.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that. But also, like, girl.
Did she really just hit her with the bad picking? Now listen, fellas, really quick. My grandmother told me the best way to get over a woman is to get a new woman. I'll explain later.
Girls, they don't really approach me seriously. They approach me like sensually. And I'm like, well, I would want it to be something more serious.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really gotten that approach from many women. They're just like, oh, she's beautiful, she's attractive, or like talking about my body and stuff.
Now, the funny thing about her being approached sexually, sensually, sexually, we're one with that. The funny thing about that is this is what men are usually doing, right? Like men are approaching women sexually and sensually and hoping to get love out of her, but we're all struggling.
It's like a sexual
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they don't take me seriously. But when I think of my next relationship, I've been in a space where I want, because I'm feeling so feminine, like I want the opposite energy, and I'm feeling like a masculine, or maybe it's a masculine woman.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I've never really tried that. The women that I've dated are like, have been like
sexy too.
Yeah, a little bit femme, a little bit more like in the middle, or more femme than masculine. But I also think about like children and just like be thrown against the wall. So I'm so weak, I'm feminine, and like just this masculine figure. So in my head, I think in my
masculine figure, huh?
Be a guy.
Yeah, that's where you're at right now.
Right now,
I would think because you have.
She's dating women right now, but that can change back. It can change back. Sounds like this woman is confused, or it sounds like this woman is just out here experimenting. What I can tell you is that Cardi B, Sexy Red, Carisha, and Meg Thee Stallion, they have had a tremendous impact on all of our lives. And that impact is the woman is after your wallet, not your heart. Now, that being said, this woman is making it sound like she's looking to date women seriously. She wants a woman to be intentional and emotionally available. And I'm listening to her like, dang, she wants some masculine energy, some energy that's gonna throw her up against the wall and just put her through the wall, or slam her on the mattress and put her through the mattress. Now, if that's what she's looking for, she's had that before, and she knows what that energy is like.
The more I date women, the more I find myself understanding heterosexual men.
Hey, listen, I can't be the only lesbian, stud, whatever you want to call it, that is actually getting tired of dealing with women. And not in a way that y'all might be thinking, not like the Jackie Hill Perrys and all the people that pop, oh, I'm not gay no more, the God deliver me. I'm still very much so gay. I just am tired of dealing with women.
I'm 28 years old. I'm in my first relationship with a woman ever, and this is why dating women is not easier than dating men. Okay, number one, the beginning phase when you're first trying to talk to a woman is so much harder than talking to a man. Flirting is not the same.
I dated women for 11 years, so when men talk about their expression towards women, I truly understand. And a lot of times I didn't want to talk about this because I didn't want women to call me a pick-me. But then I thought about the women I dated, and women, I wouldn't pick y'all anyway.
Y'all, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's something going on out here, and I don't know if it's my algorithm per se or what, but like, it's a lot of studs that's going back to men. I'm seeing a lot of content about women telling their stories about how they going back to men because women are just too wicked out here.
Now, as you can see, women are having problems with women. I've seen and heard this a lot. In fact, I've even dealt with women who have flip-flopped back into liking men. And I'm not here to judge, right? Because my message is accept what women are doing and adapt to it. The reason why is because if you don't, you'll be stuck complaining. You will be stuck complaining, and you really don't know what type of desires and fantasies that women actually have. You may know your own fantasies and desires, but you do not know the fantasies and the desires that a woman has, especially if she has to keep them dormant and locked inside of her. That being said, life is changing for all of us. AI and robots are about to change the way we live completely.
Pregnancy robots could soon give birth to human children in a revolutionary breakthrough. China is reportedly working on designing a bot with an artificial womb, which will receive nutrients through a hose in its abdomen that'll soon be able to carry a baby for about 10 months before giving birth. Still a lot of questions like how the egg and sperm would be fertilized and inserted into the womb, and of course how the bot would give birth. But if all goes according to plan, the prototype will make its debut next year. And for those struggling to conceive, hiring a robot to carry their baby will cost about $14,000 US, significantly less than a human surrogate.
So enjoy this time, enjoy hookup culture, enjoy this small amount of time, because once the robots have been fully integrated, right? Like right now they're being created, experimented on, experimented with. They're figuring out how to make the robots, what they can get the robots to do, how to program them, right? How to build them to where they're indestructible, right? Once they have it completely figured out, or they have it figured out enough to where it can be put out in the world, we're going to see a different change. We're going to experience another change, one where we really may have to forgive each other, or else we're not going to survive. Now, the harsh reality that all men have to deal with is the fact that you got played or you chose wrong. Most men feel like, all right, I have discernment. Okay, I put this woman through tests. Okay, I watched her. I see how she reacted and how she responded, and then boom, you take a chance on her, right? You roll the dice, and all of a sudden you see, damn, I overlooked that, or I looked past that because she's a woman. Right? Because I know she's going to have emotions. I overlooked that. And that's the one thing that's biting you in the ass. In fact, that's one thing that's actually going to tear your heart out and shred it, step on it, compress it, destroy it. That thing that you're overlooking. Now, again, I'm not here to call women bad women. But what I am saying is that shame is gone, morals are gone, and everybody is complaining about the lack of accountability, or the victim being the victim syndrome. We see that happening with Meg Thee Stallion. I keep bringing her up because I'm looking and saying she was instrumental in destroying whatever we call dating, whatever we call commitment and relationships. The fact that she's telling women that Klay Thompson cheated on her is crazy to me, because it proves that she doesn't have the WAP that she thinks that she has. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because I love women. I love the way they smell when they choose to smell good. I love the way women sound. I love the way women look. I even love a woman's like creativity, because I understand and I can see that it's different from mine. That being said, I am a masculine man who's into sports. So I do enjoy my sports. I do enjoy being out running and jumping and just being a man. But when I listen to women speak, I always wonder if they actually want to date women, because when I hear women say what they have on their list, I always say that man doesn't exist, because you're creating that man on the go. You're creating that man as you go. And because you're creating him as you go, what happens is that man has not been created or born, right? So now you're just living a fantasy or trying to live out a fantasy. And the problem with that is the majority of women believe that they can get whatever they want. They just don't understand that they outnumber men, and they outnumber the men that they want, meaning they all want a man who's making so much money to where all the other men just don't matter. Again, the issue with that is not only do they not appreciate that man, but they disrespect all the other men, the men that they could have potentially had that would have potentially not cheated on them. And again, I'm not saying that a man will not cheat, because women are always in competition. In fact, I call it the silent competition. I want your man. I'm going to figure out how to ruin your life, your family, right? That's what we're constantly seeing. But you know what? This woman said that women have done her dirtier, or they were worse than the men that she's dealt with. My question to you is, what do you think? Comment your thoughts under this video. Remember, if you have made it this far in the video, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hype the video so more people can see it. Other than that, I will see you on the next one. Peace.